How's everyone today? Welcome to the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, we've got a small soybean field that needs to be harvested. It's going to be a good harvest. It's planted correctly. We planted it. It's 98% yield bonus and 100% fertilized. And the reason it's only 98% is because we didn't roll it. Yeah, we don't do that. I don't do that. Let's put it that way. But we've got two X9s here. I think two will be fine on this field because it's not very big. We can look. It's not very big at all. So two of them will take care of it. So why don't we just get started and let's get them programmed in. All right. First thing we need to do, clear the current course. And let's see what field this is actually. Okay, that's field 94. Okay, right here. That's field 94. All right, let's go back and see if we've got a field 94. We do. And it's already got a course in it, but I don't know what that course is. Let's see. Should we or should we not go with that course, or let's just do a different course. Let's remove that. Delete that entry. And let's make a new one because I don't know what that entry was. I don't know how that course, I don't remember how that course went. So, all right, we're just going to make a new one. And right here's where we're at. Field position. Oh, about right there. Okay. Let's open up the generator. All right. At 50 foot. Nope, we're only going to put two tools in the field. Number of headlands. I think one will do just fine. Yeah, we can let them just do a smooth turn. That'll be fine. We can clean up after them. Rows to skip, 1. Yep, that'll be fine. All right, let's generate the field work course. All right, well, we've got that done. Okay, and then let's go down here, field 94, and we want to save that course because we've got it loaded into the other harvester. So we hit activate, and we're going to call that harvest. H for two harvesters. Okay. And there we got it. Okay. So now if we bring up the small HUD on harvester number 1, we should have it in there. We do. His position is going to be 1 left. All right. So let's go to harvester number 2. All right, we got to go back into the HUD. First thing that we have to do is clear his current course. And we want to highlight harvest, 2 harvesters inside this folder, field 94. We want to load that course. Activate it. And there we have it. We've got the course loaded. First waypoint. His position is 1 right. All right, well, let's just tell these guys to go to work then. Here's number 1. Let's tell him to go to work. And I don't know exactly where they're going to start, but you know, this is a whole new course. Alright, I think he's probably right about his start point. Now let's tell number 2 to go to work. Yep, number 1 is lowering his header. Number 2 is making his way over there. Alright. Well, we will go over and get into our grain cart, and the thing that we have to watch is their first turn, how they get started on their up and down rows. That's yes, that can be interesting, to say the least. All right. Well, they are off and running. We'll go get in our grain cart and see if we can chase them. All right. Well, we're getting around over here. We're just about to get our headland pass completed. And we're getting over here where we need to watch them and see how they're going to start their up and down rows. You see the long side of this field now runs north and south. So I'm not altogether sure which way they're going to start the up and down rows, but yeah, I think we're fixing to find out. So anyway, I just wanted to get number 1 emptied out, so whichever way he goes, he'll be able to run the entire length before he needs to be unloaded. So alright, well, we've got him emptied out. Well, let's go back here and get number 2. And as you can see, it's just a small field. It won't take them long. They'll have it done. I couldn't justify putting 3 harvesters in here. It'd be an overkill. All right, we'll get number 2 emptied out. And then we may jump into harvester number 1 and just ride with him. Or harvester number 2, either one. That way we'll be there to stop them, get them out of the way so we don't have any collisions. So, alright, we've got what number 2's got. So we'll pull over here and we'll just jump into harvester number 2 and ride with him and find out where they're going to start. Because I really don't know. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing great on this Saturday morning. It looks like our days has cooled off a little bit. Yeah. Well, myself, I like spring and summer. And fall is okay. Winter? No, I don't. You can have that bone-chilling weather. I just don't care for winter at all. But, you know, here in our neck of the woods, we have to put up with it because we have all 4 seasons. So, all right, well, this looks great. See where they're starting there. Yeah, looks good. All right, well, we're going to get over here and get in our grain cart. Yeah, I mean, that looks real good. All right, well, we'll go get in our grain cart and start getting these guys emptied out. All right, now the one thing that we want to watch for is to make sure number 1 goes over far enough, and I don't really see why he shouldn't, but you know, it's either on this side of the field they're going to compensate for the width of the field or the other, and to be quite honest about it, we never know which side of the field they are going to compensate for. So we'll just keep an eye on them on this very first turn around up here and make sure that, you know, yeah, they don't run into one another. We don't need no head-on collisions or anything like that. All right. Well, we've got number 2 emptied out. So I think we'll just sit right here where we can keep an eye on them and make sure number 1 goes over far enough. Now, I have seen it where number 2 will either take a partial row or you know, make a dry run, what I call a dry run. He'll come back down and he won't be harvesting anything, but he is on track, and that's the way they're compensating for the width of the field. So, but it looks like number 1 is going over far enough. That's great. They're skipping a row. That's great. All right. Well, the only thing there is to do is wait for them to get to the other end of the field now. And with number 1, as you can tell, whenever we skip a field or skip a row, his pipe is always going to open out into the crop, which means in order to get him emptied, we've got to wait for him to get loaded. We can't just run up there beside him while he's harvesting and empty him out. Now, once they get to the other side of the field and they start back this way, then his pipe will always be out. You know, out where we've already harvested. That way we can run up there, just like we can always do on number 2 and 3 and so on. But yes, that is what we have to do, and that's all right. I mean, that's the way it's designed, and you know, it works really good, because number 1, whenever he gets loaded, he'll come to a stop, raise his header and back up, and he'll get over to the right side. That way we can get in there beside him without getting into our crop. So anyway, we'll just wait for that to happen, and I'll get back with you whenever it does. All right, well, number 1 should be getting close to being loaded, and you know, like I said, his pipe will open out into the crop, so we just have to wait until he gets loaded, and then he'll do his thing. I don't know if it'll be on this row or the beginning of the next row, but we just have to wait, and whenever he gets loaded, then he'll stop and back up and get over and do his thing. That way we can get him unloaded. But until they reach, this side of the field and start on their way back, getting the rows that they've skipped, we can't do anything about it unless we wanted to run into the crop. Now, if you're playing the game and you don't care so much about being realistic, we've got crop destruction turned off. So that means we could run alongside him right now and empty him out, and it wouldn't hurt the crop any. But that's not very realistic. So what we do is we'll just wait, because he's getting he ain't gonna be very much farther, and he's gonna be loaded. So yes, and then we hope we hope that number 2 recognizes it and comes to a stop and lets number 1 do his thing, and that's the way it's supposed to be. All right, number 1 is loaded, and he has lifted his header, and he is backing up. Now number 2 should say, whoa, okay, and it looks like he is. He's slowing down. He'll come to a stop. All right, now number 1's going to get over to the right. And he'll put his pipe out, and as you can see, we don't have to get into the crop. I know most of you have already seen this, and I hate to sound like a broken record, but for those of you who are new to the channel and you've never seen this before, excuse me, I'm sorry, once number 1 is empty, once he empties out, you've got to kind of have your wits about you. Don't be trying to multitask, because you need to back up immediately, because he's gonna want to get back over into his row, and if you're sitting there, he will run over the top of you. That's just all there is to it. So you just kind of pay attention. As soon as he's empty, back up and let him do his thing right now. You see how he wants to cut back in? Yeah. He'll ruin your day if you ain't paying attention. Oh, yeah. All right, well, now we can get number 2 emptied out. And we're ready for number 1 again whenever he gets loaded. All right. Well, it looks like we're about to get number 2 emptied out. And I'll tell you one thing, we done pretty good hauling all that, hauling all those soybeans. We worked up into the night hauling soybeans to the sell point, because soybeans was up, and yes, we hauled somewhere around the neighborhood of $6.5 million worth of soybeans. So yes, that was very profitable. So anyway, I want to give a big shout out to all my subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the best. I really appreciate all the time that you take to watch my content. If you enjoy watching it even half as much as I love making it, yes, that's great. So anyway, I guess we're gonna get back with you when we get a little farther ahead. Now I don't know if we may just do the other field over there too. We've got one right in front of us that is ready to be harvested. So maybe once we get this field done, we'll see how it goes, and maybe we'll just get that one also. So I'll get back with you when we get a little farther along. All right, well, they're over to the other side of the field. This is where they're compensating for the width of the field. So as you can see, number one is only taking a partial swipe, and that's good. Everything is going to work out just fine. And because he's taken a partial swipe and we're at the end of the field, we're able to get in here and get him offloaded without stopping him. So yes, this is going to be a successful harvest. Very good. Now, when number one gets down to the end of this row, he will go over to the other side of this section that he's in right now, and his pipe will still be on the outside, and that's how they'll go back and pick up all the rows that they skipped. So, yes. All right, let's go get number two emptied out. We've got, I don't know if they're ready yet because I haven't jumped in the pickup and went and looked at them, but I know we've got a couple of big fields coming up. One is just over 400 acres, and another one that we've never harvested before that we bought is, yes, it's over 600 acres. So part of the reason why I hauled all that grain and worked up late in the night is because we needed the money. We've got to buy a couple of more harvesters, and we needed the money to get that rolling. Because yes, it takes money to make money, and these harvesters, yeah, they're expensive. So plus we got to buy a mother bin, because we'll be dealing with a lot of crops, a lot of volume, and we're going to have a mother bin to feed our truck so that our truck can load there and bring our grain back to the silo. So anyway, it's a pretty neat setup. For those of you that haven't seen me do it before, yeah, it's coming, and it's coming soon. So we're just waiting for them to get ready to harvest, and yeah, we're going to jump on them. So, all right, well, we're going to get back with you when we get just a little farther along. All right, well, we are starting our last row, and I think when we get this field done, I think we'll just move these guys right over in the field across the road there, and we'll just harvest that field also. We might as well, because these are small fields, they're nothing huge, and that way we can get them replanted before we start work on the bigger fields. Because at the moment, I'm not sure they're ready to be harvested. And if I had to take an educated guess, I'd say they probably are not. They've probably got another day or two on them. So, yeah, we might as well get these harvested and get them replanted and let the good times roll. So, but anyway, yes, we're gonna finish this up. We'll move these two over to the other field over there, and I think we'll use 3 harvesters in that field because it's a little bigger than this one. So anyway, I'll see you whenever we get over there and we get started. All right, well, we've got 3 harvesters over here now. We've got them, already got them programmed in, so I think it's time just to tell them to go to work. So, all right, tell number 1, let's do it. And we'll jump to number 2. Give number 1 a chance to get up there and get started. We don't want no crashes or anything. All right, let's tell number 2 to go. And we'll give him a chance to get up there and find his way. Looks like he is. All right, let's tell number 3. All right. Now what's wrong there, number 2? Get with it. Move on out of the way. Alright, well, I guess he's going to get it figured out. Alright, looks like he is. Good deal. Alright. Well, we're gonna go jump in our grain cart, and you know, we've got to watch them on their first turnaround or so, make sure they do it right. We don't need them crashing into one another. So anyway, I'll get back with you when we get a little farther along. All right, well, we've just about got our headland pass done, and we're only making 1 headland pass because it'll be 3 wide, and that's plenty. So we're going to get number 1 emptied out because we don't know exactly where they're going to start. Now, this particular field, we created this field. It was 3 separate fields. It was 140, 141, and 142, I believe. And so we plowed them all together, and this is the first time harvesting it. So we don't know exactly where they're going to start. If I had to take an educated guess, I would like to think that they'll start down here at the corner and start their up and down rows. However, We don't know that for sure, but that's just an educated guess. So anyway, we'll get them emptied out, and we'll be here to assist them if they need it. So let's get number 2 emptied out. All right. That's a pretty decent sized field now, and that's what that's what we like. You get into them real small fields, they're just where it's just not even hardly worth your time putting a big harvester in there. Yeah, that's not good. So anyway, let's watch number 1 and see where he's headed. Like I said, I'd like to think he'll start right there at that corner, but we don't know that. And it looks like that is what he's going to do. Great, that's a good deal. All right, well, we'll get number 3. And I don't know which side of the field they'll compensate for the width. It could very well be this side, or it could be the other side. Yeah, we just don't know that right now. You know, there's just a lot of things we don't know. All right. All right, we've got number 3 emptied out. Good deal. All right. Well, it looks like they are on track. And if we go up here and look at number 1, he's taken a partial, it looks like. Yes, he's taken a partial swipe. So I would say that this is the side of the field that they're compensating the width. So, okay. It looks good to me. So, we'll get back with you when we get a little closer. All right. Well, we've reached the other side of the field. This is our last pass on this side of the field. And now, we'll go back and pick up all the rows that we skipped. So these 3 harvesters has kind of made short work out of this. And can you imagine what 5 of them will do? How fast they can walk through a field? And then let me tell you something. Walking through a big field with 5 harvesters, yes, that is that's a little bit of a chore keeping up with them. I mean, you don't have any time to waste, let's put it that way. All right, well, we'll get up here and we're going to, now that number 1, now that his pipe will be out where we can get to it now, there'll be no reason to stop him. So we can just keep them emptied out and never have to stop. So yes, this field is going to be, it's almost twice the size the other one was, almost. So we're building our grain back up. Believe me, it's never ending. We've still got a lot of equipment. Besides the harvesters, we've still got equipment that we need to buy. And we've got loading wagons that we need to buy so that we can haul our hay and our straw. Oh yes, yes, because we put up loose hay and we put up loose straw. So to me, you know, there's several ways to do it, and as far as I'm concerned, there's no right way or wrong way. It's just whichever way you want to do it. If you like to bale your hay and then go out there and pick it up and bring it in and put it in a barn, and then whenever you get ready to feed it, you go get the hay and take it out there and feed with it. Yeah, you know, that's great. But what I do is I pick the hay up loose. I do not bale my hay, and I don't bale my straw. I put it in a multi-fruit silo, loose, and then whenever I get ready to feed, I pull under it with a trailer and I take it out and I feed it. What I don't need, I put right back in the silo. So, to me, and like I said, I mean, there's no right way or wrong way. It's whichever way you want to do it. To me, that's probably the most cost-effective way of doing it. I don't have to buy a baler, spend time baling it, which costs money, and you've got to haul it anyway, so why not haul it loose? Instead of going out there, you got to buy a bale trailer and go out there and pick them up. You know, it's just whatever you want to do. I know people that just love to bale the hay and straw and pick it up and haul it in, and hey, that's great. That's what makes FS22 so fantastic. There's so many different ways of doing things. So, all right. And we got these guys emptied out, and we'll wait for them to get some more on them, where we can empty them out, you know, as we go. So anyway, I'll get back with you when we get a little farther along. All right, well, we are on our last row. Everything has went spot on, no problems whatsoever, and in my books, that's a win-win deal. I mean, fantastic. We've had 2 perfectly good harvests. Yes. Very good. So I think we're going to call this a video. We've harvested 2 fields. If you've liked this content, please go down there and give me a like. If you'd like to follow me and get a notification every time I post new content, go down there and hit that subscribe button. That'd be great. That way you won't miss out on a video. If you'd like to share this content with someone that you know would enjoy it, please do. But as for me, the Dirt Road Farmer, on this commercial day-to-day farming, I think we're going to call it a day. And as always, thank you for watching.